What's up everybody, and officially welcome to the video. I am in St. Louis, Missouri right now with First Form, and we thought that we'd bring a video to you guys to show you the main difference between an amateur and a pro athlete. I'll talk on that later after the gym session, but for right now I want to show you guys what I do when I travel and how my mornings look, what my routine looks like, and the main staple items that I bring with me to make sure that I stay on track. So first things first, the most important thing, especially if you're competing or if you have any sort of dieting goals, is to make sure that you have your food with you. The way that I do that is I order my Icon meals, so it's iconmeals.com, and it's a meal prep service that I've personally used for 4 or 5 years now, I believe. They're the only people that I trust with my meals and my nutrition, which my body and what I put in my body is everything to me, so that really does say a lot. So here, I'll just show you a few example meals. The breakfast that I absolutely love, you guys, and just die over, like I get so excited to eat this every single day. 1 protein pancake, 3 slices of turkey bacon, and 3 ounces of egg whites. I always put a little bit of peanut butter on it when it's hot, so the peanut butter melts all over the other meals. It's so good. And then my other meals, which are also good, but like, you know, they're not melted peanut butter or anything, is bison, rice, and green beans. Staple meal I always order. And when you order, you can order whatever sizes you need. So they also have a signature menu where they have a ton of stuff, but I always order bison, rice, green beans, and then something like turkey, quinoa, and broccoli. Just really simple, easy meals so that I don't have to think twice about it. It's not hard to track. It's really easy to track. They come frozen. I just put them in the freezer of my Airbnb or my hotel, and then I put them in the microwave and you're good to go. So in addition with making sure that you have your food with you, if you don't use a meal prep service like Icon Meals, you guys need to be preparing your own meals. I did it for myself for years, and I really had the practice and the discipline of prepping my own meals and making sure that I always had my food with me no matter what. Because when you're prepared, there is no excuse. You never get into a bind of my flight got delayed or my flight got canceled and now I have to choose the best airport food, which is still not great and probably doesn't fit your macros. Like, no matter what happens, I always have my meals on me so that I never have an excuse and I'm always prepared. In addition with the food, the next best thing that you can do is make sure that the place you're staying has a freezer and a microwave. So that could just be a hotel that offers both of those things. Sometimes you just have to ask, by the way, and say, hey, I have special dietary needs. I need a fridge in my room. And at minimum, you could at least get a fridge, and a microwave usually comes, or they'll have a certain spot in the hotel where you can go warm up your food. You just have to be the one to ask. I personally love Airbnbs because it's kind of like this one where you have a full kitchen. I have a sink. I could cook if I needed to cook. I can do dishes if I needed to do dishes. I love being able to recreate my home life on my travel life. So the number one thing that I do is I try to just live my life wherever I'm at, right? So when you're traveling, the best thing you could do is keep your same routine, keep the same things that you do, have everything that you have at home where you're traveling, and then it's seamless. It's really pretty easy. I've traveled, I cannot even tell you guys for how long and how many times and how many states and countries. Like, I've literally traveled all over, so I'm giving you guys my best stuff. If you're traveling, this is truly gonna help you. So next, I'm gonna show you guys a few of my staple things that I always bring with me. I always have a meal prep bag or a cooler bag with me so that when I get to my destination, I can bring my meals with me for the day. Actually, yesterday, I brought all of my meals with me, and it seemed a little dramatic because I was only going to headquarters for one meeting. I ended up staying there all day, so thank God I had my meals with me because I was nice and prepared. But a few things that I love to bring in addition to my prep meals, whether I cook it or Icon Meals cook it, is rice cakes. Absolutely love rice cakes. They're a really easy way to get in carbs, and they pair great with my almond butter. I use almond butter or peanut butter. This brand is amazing, by the way. Those are 2 things I always bring, along with oats. Oats, really easy way to get in some carbs. And then I bring supplements, but I bring them in Ziploc baggies usually. This one is actually Formula 1 Natural sweetened with stevia. So it's the natural line of First Form. There's no artificial sweeteners, and it's a really fast and easy digesting protein. This is perfect post-workout. You can even do it pre-workout, especially in the morning, if you want to bring your body from that catabolic state to being anabolic again, meaning you're preserving your muscle by giving it the protein that it needs. So absolutely love this. And by the way, this tastes amazing, like just cold water and you're good to go. But if you mix it with almond milk, it would literally taste like chocolate milk. The next thing that I bring is my OptiGreens, and I'm actually leaving today, which is why they're almost gone. But I put OptiGreens in here, 2 scoops is a serving, and I take 1 serving every single day. By far one of my favorite products, simply because of the way that it makes me feel. It still tastes like greens, and it's definitely not a bad green greens taste, but you know that you're drinking greens, but the benefits that you get from it are incredible. And I noticed because once you're consistent on this for like 2 weeks for a really good noticeable difference, but you'll notice a difference in a couple of days if you start taking this. And then I always love to have protein bars on me because especially on the plane or in the airport, if you can't sit there and like shovel down some rice and green beans in the middle of the airport or on the plane, this is a really easy way to get a meal in. And one thing that I love about these protein bars is the fact that number one, taste is on point, like Emily Hayden approved. And then number two, the macros are so freaking good, even for somebody that's in prep. So I'm in competition prep right now and I can easily fit this as a meal substitution. It's 13 fat, 19 carbs, and 20 protein. Literally perfect macros, and it tastes like a freaking Snickers bar, I'm just saying. This is the salted caramel, and it is my favorite. My second favorite is the peanut butter one, though some people at First Form headquarters would argue and say that that's their favorite. And then chocolate is good too, but I think that it's the redheaded step kid from the protein bars. Is that politically correct to say? I don't know. Most people when they're doing their set, they do like 1, 2, 3. They get to 6, it starts feeling uncomfortable and you make that face and you're like, oh, it sucks. And the more that you give into that thought, it sucks, it's hard, I can't do this, the more that you can't do it. You have to be able to recognize when that spot comes and go, oh, and then you gotta choose, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to live in these kinds of reps. Those first reps don't even really matter, you're just like getting into it. It's those last reps that make all the difference. So when you get there, tell yourself, live in it, and make it your normal versus making it your uncomfortable. Make that uncomfortable part of your rep and your set the normal. Workout is complete and now I'm actually headed to First Form HQ. I have a few meetings before I've got to head back to LA. But I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you guys about the main difference between, the mindset behind being an amateur athlete and being a pro athlete. It's not to say that amateurs can't adopt this mindset, but I'm speaking from experience because I was an amateur athlete for 14 shows that I did. So I know the biggest mindset difference that I have. And I think the biggest difference is that before I felt like I was following this diet. I was doing this training program for the show. And now this is just simply what I do. Like as a pro athlete, this is just my lifestyle. This is my life. It's just a part of what I do on a daily basis. So when I'm prepping my meals, I'm not doing it for a diet. I'm not doing it for a particular show. Like this is just a part of my lifestyle. And before I even jumped into this particular cut phase, what I was doing was I was living my life without tracking my macros, without counting my food, doing the same thing. I was prepping my meals. I was making sure I packed my meals if I was traveling. It's just a part of who I am. And I think that's the biggest difference between when you're an amateur athlete and you're kind of first getting into this. And I think everyone starts that way. They see it as like, oh, I gotta follow the diet. The diet just becomes the way that you live your life. Now with competition prep, of course, you're gonna be eating less calories. You're gonna feel the diet feels. I'm gonna take a seat because I'm tired. You're gonna feel all these diet feels, but you learn to deal with it in a different kind of way. You learn to have a different kind of mindset towards it so that, like I told you guys earlier, you have no tendency to cheat on your diet because you're like, this is the protocol that is required for me to reach my goal. And as a professional athlete, you take it so incredibly serious. Like every single training session, every cardio session, every meal that you eat, every vitamin that you put in your body is so important to help you be your best. I always say you have to control everything that you can control so that you know when you show up there that you deserve first place with everything in you. And then whatever happens, happens. We all know the name of the game. The show is this sport is a subjective sport. So you have to know that even with bringing your absolute best, it might not be your show, and if it isn't, it's okay. You gotta suck it up, buttercup, and you gotta keep going. I think this is truly one of the hardest sports because I think you have to have the right mindset, you have to develop the right willpower, and you have to have the right kind of viewpoint towards this entire thing. This isn't a show prep that I'm doing, this is my lifestyle, and this is something that I'm really passionate about and something that I love. And it's something that I'm excited to take you guys along for the journey with. So if you guys are enjoying these documentary style videos, please comment your feedback down below. I have Lee from First Form. He's actually the one that's been helping me video. So please comment down below, let him know your feedback on the video style. It helps the photographers and videographers out too. So before you leave, shoot the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed, what are you doing, man? My YouTube channel, my subscribers are the best in the world. Seriously, you will find best friends in the comment section. I have the best community, and I have no problem saying that out loud. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching the video. I'm gonna head on to my meetings and head back to LA.